The morning of my wedding was quiet. Not peaceful, just empty. No buzz from my phone. No frantic calls asking about the venue. No last-minute advice from my mom. No stiff, awkward text from my dad. I checked anyway. Again. And again. Nothing. I told myself they were busy. Or running late. Or maybe their phones were dead. I made excuses for them the way I always had. They'll show up, I whispered to my reflection while adjusting my tie. They always do. Eventually. But deep down, I already knew. This wasn't an accident. Growing up, I was never the priority. That spot belonged to my younger brother, the golden child. He got praise for trying. I got silence for succeeding. When I graduated college, my parents told people he inspired me. When I bought my first car, they said it was luck. When I started my business, they warned me not to embarrass the family when it failed. They never said they didn't believe in me. They didn't have to. When I announced my wedding, my mom's response was flat. "Oh, that's soon." My dad just asked, "How much is it going to cost us?" I told them they didn't have to pay for anything. Just come. They said they would. They lied. The ceremony started on time. Rows of chairs filled with friends, colleagues, even people who'd flown in from other cities. My wife's family sat proudly in the front row, smiling, emotional. The two empty seats on my side burned like a spotlight. People noticed. Of course they did. A friend leaned over and whispered, "Running late." I forced a smile. "Yeah, probably traffic." The music played. The doors opened. My wife walked in, glowing, radiant, choosing me with every step. And my parents still didn't come. I said my vows with a steady voice, but my chest felt hollow. Not because they weren't there, but because a part of me had expected this. At the reception, my phone buzzed once. For a second, hope flared. It wasn't them. It was a delivery notification. No call. No message. Not even a cold excuse. My wife squeezed my hand. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I shook my head. "I'm not surprised." That night, I made a quiet decision. I was done chasing approval from people who treated my milestones like inconveniences. Weeks passed. No congratulations. No apology. No explanation. Then life moved forward, because it always does when you stop waiting for someone else. My business grew. Quietly. Relentlessly. Years of late nights and being underestimated finally paid off. Contracts closed. A major acquisition went through. One Friday afternoon, I stood in a showroom staring at a sleek, midnight black Tesla. $120,000 of proof that I hadn't imagined my worth. When I picked it up, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't need to. But my wife snapped a photo later that evening. Just us, smiling, the car behind us in the driveway. She posted it on Facebook with a simple caption. "Hard work pays off. Proud of you, red heart hash." I didn't think much of it. Until my phone rang. The caller ID made my stomach drop. Mom. She hadn't called me since before the wedding. I stared at the screen as it buzzed. Once. Twice. Then stopped. A second later, a text appeared. "Call me. Now." And just like that, after ignoring my wedding. After pretending I didn't exist. They remembered my number. I took a slow breath. And pressed answers. I didn't say hello. For a moment, neither did she. Then my mom cleared her throat like she was about to scold a child. "So," she said, "is that car really yours?" Not "how are you?" Not "congratulations." Not "I'm sorry we missed your wedding." Just the car. "Yes," I replied calmly. "It's mine." There was a pause. I could almost hear her recalculating everything she thought she knew about me. "That's very expensive," she finally said. "Where did you get that kind of money?" I smiled, even though she couldn't see it. "The same place I always told you," I said. "From my company." She laughed, short, dismissive. "Well, Facebook exaggerates. People lease these things. Or take photos with someone else's car." "I didn't lease it," I said. And it's not someone else's. Silence. Then my dad's voice joined the call, sharp and suspicious. So you're doing well now? Better than well, I answered. Another pause. This one felt heavier. Mom spoke again, suddenly warm. Too warm. We've been meaning to call you. Things have been hectic. I let that hang. You missed my wedding, I said quietly. Oh, don't start with that, she snapped, the warmth vanishing instantly. You know your aunt was sick. And your brother needed us. There it was. The same excuse, repackaged. You could have sent a text, I said. You could have said anything. Dad sighed dramatically. You're being sensitive. It was just one day. I almost laughed. One day. I repeated. It was my day. Mom changed tactics again. Well, we're family. Families move on. Speaking of which, when are you coming by? We should all get together. You can bring the car. Bring the car. Not bring your wife. Not let's make things right. Just the car. I'm not coming, I said. The line went quiet. What do you mean you're not coming? Dad asked. I mean, I'm busy. And honestly, I don't feel like pretending nothing happened. Mom scoffed. So now that you have money, you think you're better than us? No, I said evenly. I think I finally stopped begging you to see me. Her voice hardened. You're holding a grudge. I'm holding boundaries. That set her off. After everything we've done for you. After raising you. This is how you repay us. I thought of every night I paid my own tuition. Every holiday I spent alone. Every achievement they ignored. You didn't even meet my wife properly, I said. You didn't show up when it mattered. Dad cut in, irritated. Listen. Your brother's been having a hard time. Seeing that post, it upset him. Of course it did. What do you want from me? I asked. Another pause. Then Mom said it. Well, maybe you could help him out. He's thinking of starting something. A loan. Or an investment. You clearly have plenty. There it was. Not love. Not pride. Access. I exhaled slowly. So that's why you called. Mom didn't deny it. We're your parents, she said. It's normal to share. I nodded to myself. No, I said. What's normal is showing up. Her voice went cold. If you turn your back on us now, don't expect us to be there later. I smiled again. You weren't there before, I said. I survived. Then I hung up. My phone stayed silent after that. But the story wasn't over yet. Because a week later, they showed up anyway. And this time, they didn't come alone. I knew something was wrong the moment my wife said, "There's a car outside. I think it's your parents." I looked out the window and felt that old, familiar tightness in my chest. They hadn't called. They hadn't texted. They just showed up, like they always used to, expecting the door to open. My dad stood stiffly by the curb. My mom kept adjusting her coat, rehearsing whatever version of the story made them the victims. "I'll handle this," I said. When I stepped outside, my mom smiled too fast. "We were in the area," she said. "Thought we'd surprise you." I didn't invite them in. "We talked already," I said. "There's nothing left to surprise." Dad cleared his throat. "We just want to see where you live. Meet your wife properly." "She's not part of this," I replied. Mom's smile cracked. "You've changed." "Yes," I said. "That's the point." She looked past me, at the house, the driveway, the quiet street. Her eyes kept drifting to where the Tesla was parked. Dad finally said it. "Your brother needs help." I nodded once. "I know." "And?" Mom pressed. "And I'm not doing it." Her face hardened instantly. "So you really are choosing money over family?" I shook my head. "No. I'm choosing peace over people who only show up when they want something." Dad's voice rose. "You wouldn't have anything without us." I met his eyes. "You stopped supporting me years ago. I built this after you checked out." Mom's voice dropped, sharp and cruel. If you walk away now, don't bother calling us ever again. I felt calm. I already did, I said.